Hey guys, welcome to today's episode. This is David with Geeks and Jocks, and in this episode we're going to be talking about a lot of things that happened in Yu-Gi-Oh! Within this last week, and we're going to be mainly focusing on the Forbidden Limited list that is going to take effect on October 1st, and this is what this episode is going to be about. But before we go into the episode, I want to remind you that if you like our content, you can comment, like, and share, as well as subscribe if you haven't done so already. That would be really helpful and really appreciated by us. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So first off, we have the Forbidden Limited list, and as we all know, it came out about 2 days ago. And on the Forbidden side, we only have what is Zodiac Barrage. If you remember watching my video about why I thought that Red Eyes Dragoon was not going to get banned on this particular list, you will find out that most of the decks that topped were the Tri-Brigade that were the Zodiac variant. And this Forbidden list addresses that issue, that most of the decks that were on the top 8 were mostly Zodiac Tri-Brigade decks. And this is just to affect the consistency of the deck and make it a little bit more clunky, which I don't think is gonna do it, but you know, regardless, they did ban Zodiac Barrage, and that was the only forbidden card for this list. Then if we go into the limited, then we notice that we have Eva that is played on the Drytron deck. This card is mainly used for it to have more negations and to make it more resistant to interruptions that the opponent may play. Making it go into 1, I personally, when I go against Drytron decks, I don't think that it will do much if it's only at 1, but I do understand that my deck doesn't have a lot of interruptions, and decks that really want to limit or control what your opponent does will greatly benefit from Eva being at 1. But other than that case, I don't see that Eva going to 1 is going to affect greatly what Drytron was already doing. Then we have in the Link monsters, we have Prank Hits, Meow Meow Mew, which I don't think that Prank Hits should have been touched at all, at least not in this list. But I guess that it's a kind of like a preventive thing for it to not become the dominant deck, since Tri-Brigade Zodiac, only Zodiac Tri-Brigade was touched, and then Drytron had a Eva getting limited to 1. I think that this will not greatly affect Prank Hits, but it will prevent it from using its effect twice. This would greatly limit what Prank Hits can do, and like I said, I think it's mostly like a preventive thing, just to make it everything kind of nerfed and not at full power. And I don't think that, like I said, Prank Hits should have been touched. I don't think it's one of the dominant decks, but I can see how if other decks get nerfed, then Prank Hits will become more dominant. Then we have Fire Formation Takey that was limited to 1. This is because of Tri-Brigade, and this is affecting both Tri-Brigades, the Zodiac version and pure Tri-Brigade, because effectively, instead of having 6 copies, you go down to 4. This will affect its consistency, and that's all I think that's all they tried to do, because they are limiting the capacity of the deck to be more consistent, like I said, and it is the most dominant deck, so it got hit twice. Once with the Zodiac Barrage hitting the Tri-Brigade Zodiac deck, and then the Formation Tenki hitting both pure Tri-Brigade and the Zodiac version of it. Now, this was, expected. This was expected. Zodiac Tri-Brigade was going to get hit, and we all knew that Tri-Brigade was gonna get hit. It was the most dominant. It was very boring, and this creates more opportunities for other decks to be on the spotlight, not only Tri-Brigade. And I think they didn't do much to it, They didn't limit Fractal to one. So they didn't do much to it, but at the same time, they did nerf the deck. Then we see that Danger Nessie, Performer Pulse, Skullcrobat, Joker, and Emergency Teleport go from the limited to the semi-limited. I don't think they really affect the meta. I don't think that it really helps out greatly the other decks. I think that maybe Emergency Teleport shouldn't be on the list. That way you prompt up another type of deck. And specifically, Virtual World would make it more consistent. Because Lulu is Psychic. Virtual World right now is practically non-existent in the current meta. You see spots here and there, but you don't really see people topping with it. And maybe with it going to 3, maybe it will make it more consistent and it will even out the playing field. And since you nerf other decks, maybe you will see more diversity of decks in the top 8s. The Drytron and Tri-Brigade didn't get hit that hard. So if you bring out the Emergency Teleport into like 3, maybe you can see it on other decks like Virtual World. And that's what I think that should happen. We also have Double Iris Magician that is no longer in the list. It was semi-limited. And I'm disappointed that I only see one card here that it's no longer in the list. I think some of the cards are due to get out of the list, and so we can see more competitive decks. That's how you create diversity. I know that Konami wants to sell the new product, but if you give people more decks, people will get back into playing, and they definitely buy the products. Maybe you can unban something and give it in the new set, and that way you start playing it. But the big elephant in the room is that Red Eyes Dark Dragoon did not get banned, and the only reason I left it for the last is because I already did that video. It should be showing up right now. I already did that video explaining why I didn't think that it was gonna get banned or touched at all. And my reasons told me, or what I got to, was that Predapan Verde Anaconda is a real problem. But since we have the fusion for the heroes coming out, I don't think they're going to touch Predaplant anytime soon. And we can see it on the prices of Predaplant Verde Anaconda, that the same day that it got, that didn't get hit, it climbed up all the way up to $75. And Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, it went from the high 60s up to the 115s. It averaged out on like 105. So a lot of people were waiting for the ban list because they thought that Red Eyes Dark Dragoon was going to get hit, and it didn't get hit. So, but I'm starting to see a trend here. But I'll give you my thoughts on when, as I do think Red Eyes Dark Dragoon is gonna get banned in the next ban list, and I'll give you my reasonings for this. I'm already compiling my ideas on why it is going to get hit on the next ban list. Just because it didn't get hit on this one, it doesn't mean that it's not gonna get hit on the next ban list. And that's it for the ban list, and a little bit of what happened and a little bit of why I think that we all knew the Tri-Brigade was going to get hit. I didn't think that Prank Kids should have gotten hit, but I understand that if you nerf the other decks, then you have to nerf this one, that it's up there in the ladder to become the most dominant deck. I do think that Emergency Teleport at 2, it's okay, but it should have really gone out of the list. That way we see other decks come up to the spotlight and maybe get up there. And now we do have the OTS 17 coming out in the middle of October. We do have the number 39 Utopia, we do have Infinite Impermanence, and we do have Black Luster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos that are coming out as ultimate rares. Black Luster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, I don't know. I think that by now it should have another printing, that it's more available, not an ultimate rare. But if you let me choose between a ghost rare and ultimate rare, I will probably choose the ghost rare, like that came out in Ghost from the Past. So I don't see why they printed it out. It's not even that much played. I understand it might be for like collectors kind of thing, but honestly, I don't see why it got print on the ultimate as an ultimate rare. Infinite Impermanence. It's always good to have Infinite Impermanence copies, the more available. I understand that it's an ultimate rare. However, this will make it the most sought after, and maybe some people will get rid of their secret or their ultra rares, and this will drive those prices down since everybody's going to be looking for the ultimate rare to play with that card. Now, like I said, ultimate Infinite Impermanence. I think the rumor is I do not know if it's already. I do not remember if it's already confirmed, but I think we're gonna get a structured deck, so it's gonna be way more available. So getting an ultimate rare is gonna giving you the lower end and the higher end in like the same season. So I think it's okay. More copies of Infinite Impermanence, it's always good. And number 39, Utopia. I think more support is coming its way. So having it ultimate rare, it's okay. I guess it's okay. That's what I wanted to touch on this week. And just remind you, just as a thought, I do think that Konami should have done way better on not, they didn't go all in on the bans, they didn't go all in on the unbans, and I think they should have done that. Because, the meta is diversified enough. More diversification will always be better. Having more decks to play will bring out more people. Maybe, wink, wink, give us Colossus for Thunder Dragons. That way we can play it. You want to sell, Ready Fusion, it's already out. So that will boost the sales of that particular sealed product. And I think this was a missed opportunity to get Colossus out for Thunder Dragons. And I do think that, giving some other toy or some other boss monster, other decks would have been great as well. That's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the ban list? I know a lot of people are disappointed because they didn't go one way, didn't go the other. So it kind of feels that it's like just the same. But if you like our content, comment, like, and share. As always, I want to thank our sponsors, Gaming and Dex. Both are linked in the description of this video. And and subscribe if you haven't done so already. That will really help us out in getting to 1,000 subscribers. That's it for today's video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.